from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. Last game for the Pelicans, they picked up a W against the Dallas Mavericks. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played.
You know, the Sixers have really undergone a complete reversal in recent years from a team with a very old school traditional front office to a team that's now focused on the science and analytics of winning basketball. And quite honestly, guys, we're seeing more and more teams embrace the analytics.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Tony Wroten out there with McDaniels. Then there's Embiid, and it's Andre Kirilenko, and it's Mbah a Moute in at the 3. And stepping out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA. And what a feeling it's got to be for this young player is that last bucket represents the first official score in the NBA from primetime.
And I'm sure he's happy to just get that out of the way. Get that first basket, now you breathe easy. You can just go out and play.
I think he's got a lot of big buckets ahead of him, guys. The years to come for him are going to be pretty productive. I think this moment will rank right up there amongst the biggest of his as he goes through the rest of his career.
And for the Sixers, their new stat-driven decision-making permeates the organization from ownership, Steve, to the front office, all the way down to the coaching staff.
Well, it's where the league seems to be going, Kevin. You know, teams are trying to think further ahead and see opportunities for strategic advantages. But look, it's still a balance. You've got to have chemistry and coaching, and those numbers will come in play, but they can't be the be-all, end-all.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road, maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
For 3, that's good. Primetime's got 7 points in the game. Primetime playing like an experienced vet out there. Now here's Wroten, guarded closely. Embiid sets the pick for Wroten. Over in the corner, Mbah a Moute. He kicks to Wroten. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McDaniels. Another miss by Philadelphia. New Orleans leading by 5. And that's Evans penetrating. Another one falls for New Orleans. There's 47 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
New Orleans making some changes here. With he's checked in for Ashi. Anderson comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Salmon's in for Eric Gordon. Now the dish to Covington. On the wing, Thompson. To the paint, outside for Carter Williams. Feeds it to Covington to end the drought. Rebounded by Primetime. Primetime's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He dishes it to Salmons. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And again, a few more points added to the lead. They might be ready to pull away here.
I wouldn't be surprised, Steve. As well as they've got it working right now, that could be the case.
And Thompson kicks to Carter Williams. From 8 feet away, he drops it in. Carter Williams has got his first bucket in this one. And the first quarter is in the book. Second about ready to go. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Pelicans?
What great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, we've got Thompson, Robert Covington out there with Henry Sims. Then it's Richardson, and it's Carter Williams in at the 1.
This New Orleans team is now in their 2nd season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits.
That's the way to shoot the rock.
And a term that definitely applies to this team and the young Anthony Davis.
Yeah, it's a great name. You know, Davis was last year's leading shot blocker to go with 20 points and 10 boards a game. I mean, this guy is a potential superstar and obviously the key for this club moving forward.
And both free throws good for Covington.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same.
Swap here for New Orleans. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Roten with it. He's got 9. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Looking at the game Roten has been having, he has 9 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
But he's done a better job than the numbers indicate, really. I think he's been really sound defensively, and he's helped his club.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
The shot's good from Primetime.
So I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Roten, the pass to McDaniels. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And Embiid throws it down.
You know, the dunks are few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
Yeah, that's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kevin.
Here's Primetime from outside off the mark.
And with the Pelicans getting a franchise big like they did with Davis always helps, but they're also active in acquiring talent to grow around.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Sixers coach Brett Brown for 12 years in a...
Great job shutting him down.
fellow Spurs alum.
And the first half ends in a close one. Pelicans on top, leading by a point. A New Orleans bet.
All right, guys. I want to go over some things before we get back out there. The first thing I've got to...
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far. With New Orleans making a switch here. Salmons is checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Sims is checked in. And Robert Covington subbed in for Mbah a Moute. Davis and Asik patrolled the paint. Jimmer Fredette is out there with Gordon. And it's Salmons in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Richardson. Asik comes up with the rebound. Asik's got 7 rebounds in the game.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Agins is checked in. Withy comes in for Davis. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Gordon. And Primetime subbed in for Fredette. And then for Philadelphia, Thompson comes in for Andre Kirilenko. And it's Carter Williams in for Roten. Thompson dishes to Richardson. Goes up the baseline, and he gets it to go.
Hey, guys, the league has taken some steps to pick up the pace of the game. Over the last decade, we've seen a lot of rule changes with hand checks and zone defenses and tightening up flagrant foul rules and physical play in general.
Philadelphia shooting the ball at 42%.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pelicans.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this is by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
You know, and this gives them a measure of revenge for what happened in the first meeting between these two clubs. That one really did not go their way.
And as interconference opponents, Steve, tonight was their only chance to get that revenge. They won't see each other in the regular season again until next year.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Tyreke Evans. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see him being a part of it. He was all over this one.
Here's Primetime. Carter Williams covering to the inside. Here's Withy. Rebounded by Covington. The 76ers shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%. Not playing with as much energy here lately. Outside for Carter Williams. And here's Richardson. 4 on the clock. Another 3 for Philadelphia. So it's the Pelicans now. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Here's Primetime. Misses. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.